Let me tell you, I wrote a book about your fellow Marylander, Thurgood Marshall, the first African American to sit on the Supreme Court. And when he was a young man, I think that if he was sitting among you, you would say, when is he going to stop chewing that gum? When's he going to stop keeping that silly comic book in his back pocket? When's he going to stop messing around and get serious? Well, let me tell you, that young man got serious. Got so serious that his mother had to pawn her wedding ring and her engagement ring to pay for his first year tuition to go to law school at Howard University in Washington, D.C. And when he graduated, #1 in his law school, he wasn't sure what he could do. He was coming out of law school just after the Great Depression. There wasn't much opportunity for anyone. When his law school dean, a man named Charles Hamilton Houston, asked him to take a trip with him down south to look at the disparate conditions of schools for black and white children. And so here they are, two black men traveling in an old jalopy. They got bags of food on the back seat because they can't be assured that they would be welcome in any restaurant. They've got pillows and blankets because they can't be assured that any hotel would take them in. And they come to an old, broken down shack of a school in southern Mississippi, not far from the Louisiana border. And Dean Houston goes inside, and when he goes inside, he finds that there's not even a roof on the building, and there are no floors. And so when the rains come, the floors become thick with mud, and the teacher literally is scrawling with a piece of coal on the wooden structure, the frame. She uses that as a blackboard. It's just that kind of awful situation. And outside, Thurgood Marshall is standing by the car, 6'4", eating a sandwich out of one of the bags of food in the back seat. He's also taken out an orange that he set on the side of the car. He's saving that for his dessert. When suddenly, here comes a little boy, an 8-year-old boy, and the boy is absolutely mute, not saying a word, just staring at Thurgood Marshall, staring at the car. And Thurgood Marshall thinks to himself, what's with this kid? He's not talking, not saying anything. Maybe the kid's hungry. So he offers the kid a piece of his sandwich, but the kid shakes his head. And then Marshall thinks to himself, well, maybe this kid's never seen a black man like me with a car, standing here, recent law school graduate, but the kid is just kind of staring, fixing his stare, in fact, on the orange that Thurgood Marshall had been saving for his dessert. So Marshall finally picks this up and reaches over, grabs the orange, and says, go ahead, you can have it, but the kid won't take it. And Marshall says, no, go ahead, eat it, you can have it. And so the kid grabs it and bites at it right through the rind. And as he does so, the juice goes spraying all over his cheeks and onto his chin and drips onto his chest, but some of the juice also gets into the kid's eyes, and the acid content stings his eyes, and now the kid starts to scream and takes the orange and flings it down on the ground, splattering it, and Thurgood Marshall goes ballistic. What the hell is wrong with you, kid? You stupid kid, you wasted my orange. What's wrong with you? And Dean Houston, hearing all this commotion, comes running out of the school to see what's going on, and sees Thurgood Marshall, this very tall, lanky law student, screaming at this little boy, and he says, Thurgood, what's going on? What's wrong? Thurgood Marshall says, Dean, hold on, you don't understand. This kid took my orange, bit at it right through the rind like he's some kind of crazy person. He's got it smushed all over his face, got it in his eyes, and now he's thrown it on the ground and wasted my orange. And Dean Houston looked at Thurgood Marshall and he said, you know what, Thurgood, I signed your law degree, but I don't think you understand what's going on here. He says, have you noticed on these roads, these rural roads we've been driving on, that we don't see any factories? We don't see any office buildings? People here are lucky if they can get the man in the big house to give them a piece of land in which they can be sharecroppers, Thurgood. And have you noticed that when someone's kind enough to invite us into their home at night to get something to eat, we want to go to the bathroom, they have to send us out back to an outhouse, and we have to be careful where we step because they've got open troughs right there filled with human waste. And when it comes to educating the next generation in their family, Thurgood, here he pointed at this shack at the school, he said, this is what they have to offer, Thurgood. And you're going to stand here and you're going to scream at this little boy because he doesn't know anything about peeling an orange, slicing an orange, picking the seeds out of an orange. He said, damn it, Thurgood, this kid's never seen an orange, never eaten an orange. And you're doing nothing but embarrassing yourself and humiliating this child. Thurgood Marshall couldn't believe it. He He could not believe that there was a child in America who had never seen or eaten an orange. It was beyond his comprehension. And he wrote home to his mother that night. He said, "Dear Mom, you know, I went to law school to make you proud of me, to be lawyer marshal, to make some money. But today I met a kid who didn't know what an orange was, who wasn't in school." Dean Houston used to say to us during law school that a lawyer who's not a social engineer is nothing but a social parasite. And I didn't understand it. But today I met a kid who didn't even know what an orange was. And I think somebody should be a voice for that child in American life. And you know that sets Thurgood Marshall on a path that of course leads to May 17, 1954, and a challenge to school segregation in America. And you know that leads him to become the first African-American Solicitor General and then the first African-American to sit on the Supreme Court of the United States. That's why, as I'm speaking to you, as I'm looking out at all of you here today, the thought occurs to me, it's not just that I don't know what's in store for you, it's that you, and even your parents and the people who love you so much, we have no idea of your potential, of your possibilities. We can only trust that you are children of God, that you have been given so much in terms of a Stevenson education, that you have been given so much love, so much passion, that you have been given discipline and the possibility of using discipline and dedication to advance cause, that you know how to make things happen, that you are going to make a difference in this world, that you understand that if you truly want to be happy, you have to make someone else happy. That you understand from the inside, from your heart, that you can make a difference, that you can stand tall in the winds of criticism and change and be a beacon, a light to others. And that's why I hope that all of you have a sense of the blessing of this moment, of the love that surrounds you, and that now you're ready and set to go out into the world and be a blessing to others. Thank you very much.